Hey, welcome back. We're back to our last set of 20 to get to 100. If you don't know, I like to send my cards in to PSA 100 cards at a time because ETB boxes, they do a really good job holding 100 top loaded cards. And I got a video on what you need to do to make sure they fit. Because if you don't follow that, you'll damage your cards and it won't fit. So yeah, we're gonna play Guess the Grades again. And then I don't know if I'm going to ship this one out. That's what I did last time and it worked, but man, it's really scary. Pokemon has gained even more traction, and there's even more mail thieves than there used to be. Literally even the mailmen themselves are mail thieves. And I just sent 4 cards to BGS. And the mailing alone, for the back and forth mailing, it was $28 from BGS to send back, and then like an extra $40 for insurance, just for the 4 cards. And then that's for the back, the send back. And then it was like $40 for me to mail it to them. $80 for 4 cards just for mailing. And then I had my grading fees, which was like $35-40 per card. So like all in all, like 250 something bucks for 4 cards. Yeah, I can't imagine what this 100 card box would be like. I don't remember what I paid last time. It had to have been astronomical. So maybe we'll try and find a PSA in person. Who knows? Okay, but without further ado, let's get started. So we've got promo Mew. I wrote down double hollow question mark. I don't know, you guys vote and let me know. It definitely seems like there's way more holographic than there's supposed to be. Now I guessed a 7. Centering's not perfect, but it's not awful. Front's pretty clean. Back is not. Honestly, with how bad this bottom is, I think a 7 was being too laxed. I'm gonna put 627. It's probably going to 6. I think a 7, man. I don't think that's going to cut it. Next up, got Zapdos. I wrote down Cosmos. I do that now just for notes to myself when I go to input these into PSA. Because a lot of cards nowadays it'll be the same card, but they have a different holo foil. And I don't know if you can see it on camera. There's a lot of micro scratches in the holo foil on this card. It looks like a kid took it to the cement and shook it back and forth. I guess 7. Let's see. The back isn't nearly as bad as the Mew, but we've got like a lot of surface stains and micro scratches and stuff. So far, not a great start, to be honest. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm also gonna, I said 7. I think I'll say 627. It's just not a great, not a great start. Okay, next up is we have English Neo Houndoom. This one isn't double hollow. If this was double hollow, this red would also be holographic, but it's not. The hollow ends before the purple red Aurora. The centering's actually pretty good. It's just thick all around, but that's even centering. I guess 7, and that's based on the back. Now this one, I think this one is more sitting in the 7 category, and just barely, because it had whitening on nearly all 4 corners. But I definitely don't think that should 6. I think that card should 7. And then Dark Houndoom, which I'm not really certain what's going on here. I think it's funny, it's a dark version of a dark Pokemon, but then they gave it fire element. I don't know what they were thinking. We've got a strong silvering line on top. But almost like it's not where, it's like they didn't quite stick the front on right. And same with the side. And like anyone who knows anything, like can tell like what I'm talking about, especially if they saw it in person. Like in the terms of difference of like what wear is and like what a printing mistake looks like. And then we've got some whitening on all the corners. I guess 7. Hopefully it 7s. It could 6 with how bad what's going on with the front. This one I said 7 to 8. Well, it's not base set. It's base set 2. Base set 2 Venusaur. And really, you would think Venusaur and like Blastoise would go for more, but really, it's just all about Charizard. Pretty clean front for such an old card. And some whitening, it's not terrible. I could see it 8ing. I would like that to 8. It'd be nice if it 8'd. Sadly, though, the price differences just don't really get that high until you're in the 9s and 10s with that card. Next up is a base set 2 Magneton as a 7. Really not a card worth sending in, but I get people every now and then who want to buy a graded card that's not too pricey. And I think, Magneton's base set 2s, it's about where to go. I said 7. I think that's being fair. There is some stains. We'll see. Again, I haven't really seen the PSA go too crazy on stains. It's like they don't really care about that too much. But I think it'll 7. Capture Energy. I said 10, but I said don't BGS this one. Yeah, I guess I'll pull it out so we get that on camera. It's like the centering is really good, but it's not quite perfect. So that was kind of like my reasoning behind like don't send it to the BGS. Still a super beautiful card. There's no reason why that shouldn't PSA 10. I do wish it would have been like a higher dollar card that would PSA 10. But we'll take it. We had this in the last video. The band Sabrina's Days. We got it again. We got a few of these. I think that's why I guessed 9. There's like a little, you can see my thumb, there's a little like dot. I don't think it's a misprint. It's just something that won't come off. Oh, got it come off. Hopefully that's why I said 9, because I just got that to come off. Now we can say 10. I'm saying 9, but honestly, there's a good chance this 10s. Now I'm trying to tell. We got this white. I don't want to. It's hard to tell. It's not my fingerprint. Not my fingerprint. My nail isn't catching it. So it probably isn't a speck. It might just be a small bit of the card missing, and you don't want to open that up more. So I guess I'll just take the 9. Okay. Fossil Articuno. I said 7 to 8. Let's see. The surface isn't perfect, and there's kind of like an indent going on here. I don't think it'll 8. I think it'll 7. But we'll see what our luck is with the PSA. And then followed by a Blaine's Moltrace. And for this, I said 6 to 7. Yeah, there's a lot of micro scratches on the front. Again, we've got some sort of like indent line going on. Man, we were terrible to our cards as kids. And then we've got a lot of whitening. I think a 7 was a hope or a prayer. I think this is on a 6. Next up is a card that really isn't worth grading unless it's a 10. I think even as a 9 it wasn't worth grading, which was really surprising. Because it's a Moltrace. I put Cosmos. I also put Air because it's really strange. It's like there wasn't supposed to be any holographic with this part, and there's still some that kind of comes through, but it's not the same mirror finish. It's very strange. I guessed for this one a 6 to 7. And also, I put Cosmos because there's others that I think also has that vertical hollow I don't like. It has some indents. I think 7 is guessing high. I think a 6 is what it will be. I think this card's worth grading because it seems like it's been an overlooked card and people just weren't grading it. And I think eventually it's gonna have its hidden pop-up. That's just how I feel about it. Next card, I said 9 to 10, full art extra drill. I think I said 9 to 10, just the centering isn't perfect. And there's like just an itty bitty bit of whitening. It'll probably 9. Definitely would have been nice to have 10'd, but Giovanni's Persian, Japanese. And I guessed 7. So let's see. Got a slight uplift going on in that corner. Other than that, the front seems pretty dang good. I mean, just the hollow is smooth. Oh, we've got like a corner bend. 7 might be high, but we'll see. It just sucks. I think this card basically is like, it's like a little bit more as a 7. It's nothing crazy. And we've got a, I'm never gonna be able to say this Pokemon. Regigas. Front super clean. Small sort of dent thing going on up top. I had guessed 8 to 9. With the amount of whitening I see, probably 8. It could 9. It can't 10, but could 9. Even with that amount of whitening. Next up is a Sword and Shield, Japanese Lugia. I guessed 10. But it's just one of those cards that really, even as a 10, it doesn't go up that much in value. So I figured I wouldn't even BGS this. But it'll still be nice to have a 10 Lugia on deck. Something to hold on to. Something that seems to just dominate the market. Gengar. So Fossil Gengar, I guess just 7. That's got some damage to the front, some silvering, some scratches in the hollow. Centering's fine. Centering's fine on the front, but then not so great on the back. And then we've got whitening. Oh. I guess 7, but that's being hopeful. I think this will 6, looking at how bad that whitening is. Oh, yeah. That'll probably 6. I'm gonna include that on my note. 627. I think a 7 is being very hopeful. Reverse hollow, Power Keepers, Delcati. Sadly not a 10 though. 8 to 9. There's a sort of dent up top. And it's like some pieces of it are missing, or it's a stain or something. I think 8. 9 would be nice. 10 would have been fantastic, but we'll run with it. Here's why one of the things I was excited about for this. Gonna go ahead and include this on our send-in. We're gonna go ahead and get our Kabutops graded. Our crystal hollow Kabutops, the one we got for free. I guess 6 to 7. And 7's probably a little high, but I think 6 is on the money. If it comes back a 7, ooh, that'd be nice. But it'll be nice to get it graded and get it out of the way, because I got such wild offers on that card raw. I'd rather stay it graded and end the debate. Okay, we've got a hollow Kyurem. Centering's not great, and there's some silvering on the front. I guess 8 to 9. Looking at it again, it'll probably 8. If it came back a 7, wouldn't it be surprising, but it also wouldn't be great? And then finishing off with another high note, Call of Legends 2011 Lugia Hollow. And what's funny is I think actually this card goes more as a reverse hollow. Centering's pretty decent. Front's pretty good. I guess 8 to 9. Re-looking at the back, it'll probably 8, but a 9 would be nice. And that pretty much completes our 100 that we're going to get to the PSA some way, somehow. I don't know if we're going to mail it in. I hope we don't. I hope we can find an easier solution. But guess your grades in the comments, and when these get back, we'll see if anyone wins anything. Thanks, bye.